My name is Tyler Poythress, and I'm an ACL Pro.
And now here comes a decision. You shoot the airmail, you make it, you win, you go to the finals. You miss and go off the board, you lose. This is what you live for. This is what you train for. Airmails for the win.
In his final event as a pro.
I've had an interesting journey. I've been pro now for about 4 years or so. I took last year off due to some health reasons. I had a lot of stuff going on. A lot of anxiety going on, and I had a lot of problems with my ears. I took a flight and I had a sinus infection. And so we happened to be walking outside after that, and an ambulance came by and just busted my eardrum. So I was scared to fly again. I also have ulcerative colitis. And if you've never had these problems, anxiety and your stomach kind of go hand in hand. I had a lot of that going on throughout the 2020-2021 season. And it actually got bad enough to where I was supposed to go to Albany, New York to play in I want to say it was an open. I actually got to the airport, I went through security. I was ready to go, but just something hit on the way down to my terminal. And I just felt like I was about to have an anxiety attack. I called my parents. I talked to my dad and I said, hey, I don't know what to do. My partner's already in New York waiting on me to get there. I'm like, I don't know if I can get on the plane. They just said, well, do what you feel like you need to do. You need to look after yourself first. Not many people know this. It was like the 2019-20-ish season. We were actually on a flight to Las Vegas, and I had like a anxiety attack on the plane. I got up to run to the restroom and literally collapsed. I was traveling by myself, and I did not want that to happen again. And so I ended up not going. A lot of people know part of what was going on. A lot of people know of everything. And so it was tough. I mean, it was really hard to, go through all that. And I'm sorry, it's a rough subject. It is rough.
In his final event as a pro. Try and get to the championship, and he hits it! What a shot by Poythress!
Tyler Poythress says this retirement party hasn't started yet.
Even though I made it to the World Doubles Final, I had problems throughout that tournament where I did have anxiety going on. And I spent last year, trying to get on the right types of medications for anxiety, my stomach. My ears healed up pretty good. I went to a few therapeutic sessions, and I went to that first session and I was like, you know what? That's actually really helpful. And so I continued to go back. You feel like it's gonna sound ridiculous. In reality, it's not. I had to get myself to believe that. I had to convince myself, you're friends with everybody here. Everybody's very understanding. That was the hardest part as far as trying to convince myself to be okay with doing everything that I had been doing before. As soon as I accepted it, it ended up panning out for me really well, I think. One thing I did learn within that 5-6 month span was that if I take a step back, just I breathe in and count to 4. And then hold it to a count of 5 and then let it out. And I was like, okay, I'm good. I kind of made the last minute decision to come back in August to try to requalify. I thought about the times where over the last season, I was sitting at home. All I could do was watch live feeds. I wanted to be up there so bad because I'm so competitive. I want to be a part of everything. So I put a lot of thought into it, and I was like, I definitely want to get back into it and do what I love doing. And so I ended up going through the gauntlet and made it through, and here I am again. I'm right back in. If you are dealing with stuff like that, don't hide it, don't bottle it. Speak up, let people know. It helps to talk about it, whether it's your parents, close friends, anybody. Do not feel bad about going to a therapist. Don't feel ashamed to go do that. Don't feel weird. Because that was always my big, I don't want to walk in there and they think, what's wrong with this dude? Why are you worried about that for? It's random things. You can't explain it. It just happens. As long as you can accept that you have it and that you need to work on it and get through it, and you convince yourself that people are around to help you as opposed to judge you and think a certain type of way about you, then it's a lot easier to overcome.